Moving from New York to Canada was supposed to be a fresh start, but I'm not going to lie. Some days I sit and I wonder, did I make a mistake? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Lisa, and my journey has been anything but ordinary. After being apart from my kids for 4 years, we are finally reunited and now we have settled in Canada. But let's be real, moving from New York to Ontario, that's a big adjustment. So today I'm gonna compare and contrast life in New York versus life in Canada, Ontario, Canada to be exact. New York is fast. It's anything but slow. It's busy. It's got everything going on. It's hustle and bustle. It's get go, going, going, going. It's busy life. Ontario, not so much. It's much more laid back. It's probably one of the busier parts of Canada, but compared to New York, well, at least the parts of Ontario that I've experienced so far, not as much. It's more laid back. The people are more friendly, I think. New York people just tell you as it is and they're just going. It's a lot of people. For me, my experience in New York, it's busy and a lot of people, but it also felt lonely because persons never looked very much approachable. Or maybe that was just my experience. But here in Canada, um, people will approach you more and seem more friendly. Sometimes a little too friendly. Sometimes I'm wondering, are they being sarcastic? Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but it's slower and more suitable for family, in my opinion. All right. The next thing about New York was that, I mean, the first part of New York that I liked was that it had a more hustle vibes. Here, so it's just, I don't know. I'm just used to the hustle being a Jamaican. Here in Ontario, everything is by the books so far that I've seen, and it just seems a little harder to kind of hustle and just make your way. In New York, it just is a hustle town for me. It was that way for me. So here it's made a big adjustment for me because I used to have my little side business, my little side gigs that I used to could go and get my little extra income here, not so much. Nah. I haven't found that side of it yet. So that's a disadvantage. The other thing with New York and Canada, for me in New York, I had a community, I had a church family, I had friends that I had built, years of friendship that I had built, and then moving to a new place, I'm now adjusting and having to make new friends and missing my friends, missing my church family. That's a very big adjustment for me so far. And I'm like, why am I starting over again? It's not easy. But the greatest part of it, without a doubt, is the fact that I have my kids, I have my family, and we are together. We get to do things that I have yearned to do for years, and now we're able to do it. So, yes, I miss New York a lot. I miss my friends. I miss my church family. I just miss the flex, the New York flex. If you've been there, you know. If you live there, you know, especially as a Jamaican, it feels more like home to me. You get it's more Jamaican friendly in my opinion. Ontario, I think, is the part of Canada that is also Caribbean friendly. Some parts of it where people come and them get to, they have access to Caribbean food and all of that, but it's just not New York. But of course, I am adjusting. And the big part for me is the hustle because me used to make my little dough and it's a big adjustment. All right, that's that's all I'm gonna say for now. But it's been just like what 4 months, so things take time, and I am grateful and I am enjoying every moment with my kids. We're bonding, we're spending time together, doing things that I've longed to do for so long, and yeah, it's just an adjustment for me. Mentally, can't live out that part there. Mentally, how do I feel? I feel like I was the biggest part of it, as I said, is that I have my kids, and that was my main goal. So I spend more time focusing on them and getting them adjusted more than focusing on my mental health per se. But when I look back and when I really take time to breathe and think about things, it's lonely in a sense because I had a life there separate and apart from the kids, which of course I had missed them, but no, that part of me is basically non-existent anymore. My friends, we still talk on the phone and all that, but I miss those little parts. That part, I'm lonely because that was my life for 4 years. For the better part of 4 years, I had people that I could relate to, that we could go out together, that we could just do stuff as a community. But no, it's just me and the kids, which is great. But it's just taking care of myself, my part of that equation. It's a little different. And when I really look into it, it's like, oh, I missed that. But no, I just try to find balance, like, talk on the phone. And of course, I'm also rebuilding a community here. How could I forget cost of living? Hmm. New York is generally expensive in terms of housing and whatever. It's more expensive than, I don't know the stats, but for me, cost of living in New York versus Ontario, based on my situation there, I find it was easier for me when I was in New York, based on my situation. So it might not be the same for people or for the statistics in general, but it was just me. I was shopping for me, myself, and I only day to day. Yes, I was still taking care of my kids, but I wasn't doing the day to day whatever. I wasn't doing that. So now that my family is bigger, we're shopping for more food, everything. We have a bigger place that we have to pay different bills and all of that. So as a single person in New York, of course, it was easier. If my kids were with me in New York versus here in Toronto, obviously, the price, the cost of living would have been much different. So back to the big question: did I make a mistake moving from New York to Canada? Let's be real. I miss certain parts of my life there, the independence, the community that I had, just life there because I had settled there. So, yes, I missed that. So, now starting over, things are fresh, I'm adjusting. But nothing could ever replace the fact that, yes, my kids and I are together. That's sign and seal everything. So, I'm not gonna say I regret or I don't regret or I made a mistake or whatever. Everything are still new. It's still new. So, of course, it's an adjustment. And as always, I remain grateful. So, many people have moved from place to place from time to time, especially immigrant situation. You leave a country to another country, or you leave one state or one area to another. It's always an adjustment, and I'm sure someone out there can relate. You do ask yourself a question: did I make a mistake? A lot of time, this question come to us. So I just felt like I could just spend time and go into my experience and share it with you guys. And I hope that you find it relatable and you'll take a moment to subscribe to my channel and to share with us in the comments how a move have affected you, if you ended up regretting it, or if you felt it was a mistake or not, or if you're just still adjusting. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the next video.